Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. We will be practicing a warrior flow today, and we're going to be adding some balancing poses to the flow. After the flow, we'll add a few balances, and of course, we'll have Warrior 3, which is incorporated in the flow. And it's going to be a shorter practice than I'm doing these little shorter ones for you. So let's begin. Getting in a nice comfortable position, feeling that earth underneath you, connecting to the earth, feeling the grounding and the support, and beginning to breathe into this lower belly. Relaxing into the body, triggering the parasympathetic nervous system. And taking a moment to go inward and scan the inner being. Notice the inner sensations, the inner aliveness. Bring your attention to all that dynamic energy within you. Continuing to breathe into the belly. Touching into this deeper aspect of yourself. Basking in your own divine energy field. Substance that is you. And take a moment to set an intention for yourself. Ignore, if you can hear the fire alarm, I have tried for an hour to fix it. So we're just going to ignore it. Set that intention for yourself, feeling those emotions. And gently and kindly opening your eyes, releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we're going to stand up and let's just shake out the body, the whole body. See if you can just move however it wants to. Let's get some movement in the body. I love twists. Waking up that spine, bringing some synovial fluid, those spinal processes. A little bit of right and left cross crawl, both sides, getting that right and left brain integrated. So balances that Ida and Bengali nadis. Beautiful. And we'll do our breath of joy. So we're going to inhale the hands shoulder length, inhale wide open, up to the sky, and then bending the knees, exhaling, and let's begin. One more. And just enjoy this nice forward fold, Uttanasana. And let's come up nice and slowly, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Coming up nice and slow. Noticing the sensations. Beautiful down. Great, we're gonna get into a nice wide stance. I'm going to take that back foot 35 to 45 degrees, and the front is 90 degrees facing the short edge of the mat, bringing that knee right over the ankle. My hips are facing you, so wide open. I'm not hinging forward. My hips aren't facing my front knee. And we're gonna bring the arms up in Virabhadrasana 2, gazing out over those front fingertips, engaging those bandhas, that back thigh, and breathe. One more breath. Your next inhale, you're gonna drop the back arm to the back leg and reach this front arm up into a reversed warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Engaging those bandhas, and let's bring in the prana. One more nice deep breath. Reaching into that line of energy from the heart, out the extended fingertips. And then on the exhale, we're gonna swoop that arm down into a nice side angle. Line of energies from the back foot along the back leg, up along the side body, and out the extended fingertips. This arm is very gently on the front thigh, very little weight. Using your muscles to hold you up, engaging the bandhas, and let's breathe. One more breath. And straightening that front leg, we're going to move into Trikonasana triangle, bringing that front arm down. You can use a block if you like. You can bring your hand flat on, as long as you're not going to collapse in on your body. You can rest the hand up a little bit. And let's engage those bandhas and breathe. You can gaze up at the fingertips if you want to add some rotation to your neck, your cervicals. Next inhale, reaching into the extended fingertips. And exhaling, both hands down onto the mat. Switching, rotating that back foot to 90 degrees as well. As we move into our perineum, relaxing the chest down. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And we're going to put all the weight into this right hand. And we're going to twist away and bring that arm up. And engage the bandhas and breathe. And then releasing that hand down again into the pyramid as we adjust. For our Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1, we're going to bring that knee right over the ankle, front knee over the ankle, can adjust that back foot 35 to 40. And we're going to swoop up. And can take these hips and square them. My right leg is back, so I'm going to move that right hip forward a little bit so those hips are square. Arms are up and the shoulders are relaxed down. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, we're gonna bring that back foot up a step. And you can swivel right into your Virabhadasana 3, or you can slowly move up. Flex or extend that foot, find a drishti and breathe. One more breath. And coming down. And we're gonna face forward. We're gonna bring those arms out into a beautiful star pose. Find your, let's see. Straightened out here. Find those 5 lines of energy. Everything's coming from the solar plexus. The first 2 lines are going down the legs, feeling the feet pressing into the earth. Second 2 come up right to the heart, out the hands and both fingertips. And that 5th line of energy comes straight up and out the crown. So it's a very active pose. As we hold this pose, engage the bandhas, feel those 5 active lines of energy, and let's breathe. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into our goddesses. Relax the hands down to the hips. Let's bring those heels in, get into our nice little froggy feet. We're going to bend the knees so they're going over the feet. And find your squat today. Could be really, really, really low. Could be really high. This could be your squat. Could be anything in between. A little lower today than usual. Those arms up, palms can go out to the world or in towards yourself. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. Beautiful. On your inhale, coming all the way up, hands to the hips. Tilt that pelvis forward, stick that tailbone out, and let's hinge down into wide leg forward fold. Bringing the hands down to the mat. You can shake out that head a little bit. And move a little side to side, stretching the inner thighs, the low back. You can come to center and put your hands behind the calves and pull the body in, the torso in towards the legs. And one more breath here. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the head. We're going to hinge up. So we're going to lift that head and that heart first, and then begin that hinge, protects that lower back. And my right foot is 90 degrees towards the front of the mat. Back is 35 to 40. Going to get that knee right over the ankle. Just make sure that it doesn't go forward. It's okay if it goes a little behind. Arms out. And I'm gazing out over those front fingertips. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Next inhale, dropping the back hand to the back leg, reaching the front arm up in your reversed warrior. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Next inhale, reaching up into the fingertips. And on the exhale, swooping that arm to very gently rest on the front thigh. Back arm comes alongside the body, engaging the bandhas, and let's breathe. Beautiful job. Next inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the arm down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Stacking those shoulders the best that you can. And engage those bandhas and breathe. You can gaze up at the extended fingertips if you want to add that twist in the cervicals. Next inhale, reaching up into the fingertips. Exhaling that hand down into our beautiful pyramid pose. You can swivel that back leg 90 degrees, resting the chest on that front thigh, and breathe. Our next inhale, we're going to put the weight in that left hand. Twist away from me as you raise the right arm up in our Viparita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching into those fingertips. And exhaling the hand down to the floor. We're going to set up for our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Front knees right over the front ankle. I'm going to, you can come up to the knee or you can just swivel all the way up. Bringing the arms up, relaxing the shoulders down, squaring those hips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. On your next inhale, you can either transition right into Warrior 3 or just take a step forward with the back leg and then begin to hinge. That back foot can be flexed. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And coming back down, beautiful job. And we're gonna do just a couple balancing poses before we finish up this practice. So trees are always a great little faithful one. Bringing the weight into your right leg, very little weight on the left, but we're gonna take that left and we're going to open up the hip. And you can rest that left heel on the right leg, and that can be your tree. Or you can move that foot up a little on the calf, avoiding the knee directly. Move it up into the thigh. Even do lotus. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful job. And releasing down. All the weight on that left standing leg. We're going to rotate and open that right hip. Rest that right heel. Bring those arms up. Remember, you could be a coniferous, a deciduous, whatever kind of tree you wish to be. And bring that leg up a little higher. I'm going to keep myself balanced. A little gentle pressing of the foot into the thigh into the foot. Find your drishti and breathe. If you fall out, just go right back in. One more breath. And I'm releasing down. Good job. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do hand to toe. It's a beautiful one. There's different, like the tree, there's different steps. There's also different variations and modifications for this one as well. So we're gonna bring all our weight to the right standing leg, very little weight in the left. And we're gonna lift that left leg up. Now, this can be your balance right here. This works. This is one step of the balance. Also, can bring the hands underneath the arch of the foot, opening up the leg. And this can be your balance. Or you can just grab onto that big toe. I think I'm going to stick to this for now. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And releasing down. Very good job. Bringing the weight into that opposite leg. That's my left leg. Very little weight on the right leg. And so remember, we can, even just stepping on that toe can be the balance. That might be where you're at. Or you can bring that knee up. And that can be your balance. Or you can bring the hands underneath the arch, straightening out that leg. Find your drishti and breathe. I'm holding the big toe. Wobbly today. One more breath. Beautiful. Releasing down. Good job. Really clasp the hands behind the back. And we're going to hinge forward into our beautiful standing yoga mudra, dropping that head down, honoring that heart, the highest organ, and breathe. And releasing the hands, coming down to the mat. And we are going to the seated savasana, short seated savasana. Well, let's go. Let's lay on the back. Let's give ourselves a minute or two. And just relaxing and releasing the entire body into the earth, letting everything go. And resting in this silent stillness as your body integrates this practice, mind, body, and spirit. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Wiggling the fingers and toes and stretching out. We're rolling over to one side or the other. And coming up to a seated position. Let's dive in and check into that dynamic energy field within us. Basking in that nectar. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Feeling those emotions. And letting that intention go with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Thank you for joining me for Ecstatic Yoga. Please check out ecstaticyoga.studio for our information on our yoga retreats and teacher trainings. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.